Good hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I just got back from Playlist Live this weekend and I'm still in full-on recovery mode. Basically survived off snacks and barely any sleep, but it was totally worth it because I got to meet so many of you guys and it was amazing. But I just have to give you forewarning, my brain's not 100% up to speed, nor is my hair. What is this? Like what the f am I doing? Anyway, so I saved a bunch of your guys' questions from the last Q&A that I did because they were so funny and I just couldn't pass them up. So I'm actually kind of doing a round two, but this is also my 6th Q&A, so none of this matters. Let's answer some questions. The first question comes from Peter and it is, what Destiny character do you play and what class? So I actually play a hunter and it is an awoken. So yeah, I only have one character. I have friends who have 3 characters, all of them different classes, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, Awoken Hunter. And it's a chick. Valerie asks, what is one historical site that you haven't visited yet that you would love to visit? I would absolutely love to go to Machu Picchu. That is like an ultimate dream of mine. I actually have a couple of friends who are going this year and I'm so jealous, and if it weren't like for their honeymoon, I would totally tag along, but yeah, it's an amazing place and I would love to go there for sure. Lydia Jane asks, how did your parents react when you first started vlogging? Honestly, that was so long ago, I don't even really remember, but I know my dad was a little more resistant to the whole idea than my mom was. I think my mom kind of knew a little bit about what I was getting into even before it had begun, but my dad was kind of just like, I don't really understand. He wasn't mean about it, like he didn't say I couldn't do it or that he thought it was stupid. He just wasn't super into it and he never really watched my videos. But it's funny because now that, you know, a lot of time has passed, things have changed, my dad has kind of seen how important YouTube is as a community in my life, and he's seen the friends that I've made from this job. So yeah, now my dad watches the videos all the time. It's actually really adorable. My mom says sometimes she'll catch him laughing in the other room and it's because he's like watching a video or something. But of course in the beginning, like any parent, they're like, what are you doing? Is this a good career choice? Julia asks, what is your favorite pizza place? That is so hard. Okay. I'm gonna have to break this down into 2 categories, one delivery and one more gourmet pizza. I'm gonna have to say for delivery, I gotta go with Papa John's. There's something about the cheese, man. I don't know what it is. The cheese is ultra cheesy. And for like more of a gourmet type pizza or more of like a fancier pizza, there's a place called Decent Pizza that I really like, and that is still kind of not super fancy. It's not like a wood-fired crazy fancy pizza place, but I really do love their white pizza. White pizza is like one of my all-time favorite types of pizza and their white pie is awesome. But really though, it's pizza. I'll eat it from anywhere. I don't judge. I don't judge. Liz asks, what was your favorite dance routine you ever performed and what was your favorite costume? God, I can't pick a specific dance, but I can pick a specific ballet that was my favorite like my favorite character that I ever played. My favorite was to play one of the friends from Capelia, and I might even say that's my favorite costume because it was a beautiful kind of like folk type dress. It was like kind of a super long circle skirt with a little vest and kind of puffy sleeves, and we got to wear these beautiful flower crowns. If I can find a picture of it, I will show you. But it was amazing. It was a really fun ballet to perform. It was cool because we all got to kind of be on stage and sort of act in the background. It was a very extensive role throughout the entire ballet and it was really fun. It was also a lot more character acting than I normally had done in any other roles. Like I had done soloist stuff and kind of other things like that, but none of them really required me to be on stage and sort of interact with other characters as much as that ballet did, so that was definitely my favorite. Henrik, I hope that's right, asks, what band is your all-time favorite and why? That is a super hard question. I usually have like an annual favorite band, but if I think all time, I'm gonna have to name 3 bands because I can't choose. One is gonna have to be Rat-a-tat. That was my favorite band of all time, like basically throughout college. I'm gonna also have to say Weezer because I just love them and they're Weezer and they're the greatest. And I'm also gonna have to say Vampire Weekend. I really love them. I have a huge crush on the lead singer and I've just always loved them. So yeah, I can't pick a favorite of all time, but I absolutely love those 3 bands. Nicole asks, if you could be any piece of furniture, what would you be? I guess I would have to be an ottoman just because I love the word ottoman. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. That's a good question. Yeah, I guess an ottoman because it's a really fun word. I wouldn't be the most loved piece of furniture though. That's like kind of the put your foot and put your crap on it, the ottoman, you know, that's sort of like the down and dirty furniture. That's not like a fun like family couch. That's okay, I'm not a fun family couch type of person, so ottoman it is. Billy asks, why don't you love me? Billy, I do love you. Don't even talk like that. Dylan asks, can you art at all? The closest thing to me arting is makeup. I am terrible at drawing, terrible at painting. You know what though? I actually can kind of sculpt a tiny little bit. Not well, but I worked a lot with clay when I was in high school and it kind of became like a thing for me. I really liked to do kind of 3D work and work with my hands and stuff like that. Jesus asks, what is your favorite video game? Okay. This might be embarrassing to admit, but I'm gonna have to say Crash Bandicoot 2. It's just, that's it. There's no addendum, there's nothing else. That's it. Jared asks, so, do you like stuff? Yeah, Jared, I totally do like stuff. Brandy says, what is your weirdest habit? Okay, that is just a laundry list. I don't even know what my weirdest habit is. I might have to I might have to phone a friend. Che, what is my weirdest habit?
Your weirdest habit?
Yeah, I'm phoning a friend. My boyfriend is gonna tell me what my weirdest habit is. I totally pick my nose in the shower.
You pick your nose in the shower?
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely weird. I didn't know that.
You didn't? Yes, you did. You totally knew that.
I didn't know that.
You totally knew
You
that.
pick your nose in the shower.
Yeah, I most definitely always pick my nose in the shower. That is like the most ultra overshare I've probably ever done, and I'm so sorry if you were not prepared for that. Everybody picks their nose. I just happen to do it in the shower because I don't like picking dry boogers and having them stick to my finger. Gross, gross, gross. That's gross to me. So I pick my nose in the shower. That's a pretty weird habit, and I can't believe I just said that to you. Okay, moving on from that, Amy asks, when the sign says do not touch, do you oblige or do you touch? There is really seriously probably a reason that you shouldn't touch it. Either, you know, biologically it could be a fragile thing that you're looking at, and if you touch it, it will disturb it. It could be poisonous to you. There could be something that is very dangerous to you. So I definitely am an obeyer of the do not touch. However, with that said, I'm definitely a disobeyer of the do not enter sign, which maybe is worse. I definitely take that as more of a suggestion than a sort of legally binding command. Ami asks, what is your favorite Japanese word? Okay, so I think my favorite Japanese word is probably, I like a lot of Japanese words, but probably omoshiroi. That means like interesting, or I think it can also kind of mean fun, but I really like that word, omoshiroi. It's just kind of fun to say. It sounds pretty cool. Raven asks, what do you think about tattoos? Would you get one or do you have one? I totally don't have any tattoos. I've been in situations before where I have like been on the brink of getting one and I just end up not doing it. I just chicken out, or I think about it way too much and I'm like, oh my god, this is permanent, don't do this. There are varying opinions on this subject matter. I mean, I know people who say like, oh, well, if the tattoo means something to you, then I think that that's when you should get a tattoo. But honestly, I change all the time, and what things mean to me and things that I find important change all the time, so I don't think that's like, you know, the tried and true way to think about it. And then I know people who think of tattoos as just an expression of artistic creativity, and also with that said, I think that people's taste changes all the time, so I think that, you know, that's another difficult one to sort of use as like a cardinal rule about when to or when not to get a tattoo. So for me, I think the 100% bottom line is it is your body and you can do whatever you want to it. If you're gonna pay for someone to put something on you, it's 100% your choice. It's not gonna mean the same thing to me as it means to you, and that's totally okay, so it is 100% up to you. I am not opposed to tattoos, nor am I an advocate for them. I'm the Switzerland of tattoo land. And finally, Rihanna asks, are you a fan of delicious flavor? Yes, I am, Rihanna. Yes, I am. All right, everybody, so that is it for my Q&A. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me and for asking me all those awesome questions and for listening to all the weird and wacky that I had to say, including but not limited to picking my nose in the shower. I just had to bring that back. I just had to leave you with that. I wanted to remind you that that did in fact happen in this video. That was real. That wasn't a nightmare. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.